Hi there. Today our session is all about sharing. And Emily and Betty, some of my young friends from church, have already shared with you some photos of them enjoying themselves at the start of the school holidays. I bet you're looking forward to that too. And it would be wonderful if you could send me, Linda, some of those pictures of you enjoying yourselves and we can share them on Young Roots. And now we're going to do some more sharing. We're going to share our worship at home with a song, and if you join in, that's even more sharing.
You led me to the cross, and I saw the face of mercy in that place of love. You opened up my eyes to believe your sweet salvation where I've been so blind. Now that I'm living in your all-forgiving love, my every road leads to the cross. Jesus, keep me near the cross. I won't forget the love you've shown, Savior. Teach me of the cross. I won't forget the love. I won't forget the love you've shown. And there's an empty tomb that tells me of your resurrection and my life in you. The stone lies rolled away, nothing but those folded grave clothes where your body lay. Now that I'm living as a risen child of God, my every road leads to the cross. Jesus, keep me near the cross. I won't forget the love you've shown, Savior. Teach me of the cross. I won't forget the love. I won't forget the love you've shown. You led me to the cross, and I saw the face of mercy in that place of love. You opened up my eyes to believe your sweet salvation where I've been so blind. Now that I'm living in your all-forgiving love, my every road leads to the cross.
I hope you enjoyed that song, and I want to do a bit more sharing. Do you know what I did when I came out this morning? I went and sat down on one of the garden chairs, and I'd forgotten that overnight everything gets a bit wet with dew, and I've got a very soggy skirt. I hope you didn't mind me sharing that with you. And what I should have done is get my new picnic blanket and sit on that on the grass before we share our Bible story, which is all about sharing. And here's a video which I hope you'll also enjoy.
The Big Picnic. Jesus had finished teaching. Everyone was hungry. "Send them away to buy food," his disciples said. But Jesus wanted to show the people that they could trust God. "Why don't you feed them?" Jesus asked. "It would take a year's wages to buy bread for them all," his disciples cried. "How much food do you have?" asked Jesus. "There is a boy here," said Andrew, "who has 5 loaves of bread and 2 little fish." Jesus smiled. "Perfect. Tell the people to sit down on the grass." So the people sat down all over the mountainside. Jesus thanked God for the bread and the fish. Then he broke them into pieces for his disciples to hand out. Jesus' disciples passed out bread and fish to the whole crowd. There were 5,000 men and lots of women and children too. Everyone ate as much as they wanted. Afterwards, the disciples gathered up the leftovers. There were 12 baskets full, from just 5 loaves and 2 fish. The people knew they could trust God to care for them.
I'm being a bit more sensible now. The grass has dried out, but I'm sitting on my new picnic blanket. And I'm thinking about that story, the story of Jesus' big picnic, and how Jesus was able to feed all those people. But he couldn't have done it without that little boy who shared his lunch. But what's wonderful about the story is that that little boy was so generous. He didn't say, "Well, I'll keep a little bit for myself. I'll keep one of the fish and I'll keep a loaf." No, he gave Jesus everything. He shared everything. And Jesus was able to use that little boy to do the most marvellous miracle. And I said our story today, or our session, is about sharing. And it is good to share. I like sharing time with you. I like sharing my garden. I like sharing the things that I grow. I like sharing lots of things. And it doesn't matter how small we are or how big we can all share something. And one of the most important things to share is love. Because when we show love, we're doing just what Jesus wants us to do. And we're showing that we care. And there's something else I have that I've brought out with me. Another thing is our time. When your parents or people around you have got an awful lot to do, maybe you could share your time with them by helping tidy, or by doing things, maybe doing a bit of shopping or tidying up. Whatever it is, that's another good thing to share. And I think one of the best things to share is this. It's a big smile. It doesn't cost anything. And when you smile at someone, you are showing them love and you're cheering them up, because they catch your smile too. So I think that's another challenge for this week, that we show love by sharing our time and one great big smile.
I got you, Lord, thank you. For everything I ever wanted, I got you, Lord, thank you. For everything I ever needed, I got you, Lord, thank you. For everything I ever wanted, I got you, Lord, thank you. Thank you, help me be your eyes, Lord Jesus, seeing where your love is needed. May I be your hands to help. Hey, 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 help me be your eyes, Lord Jesus, seeing where your love is needed. May I be your hands to help. Hey, 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 now jump, 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 jump. Lord, I love
There's another story about sharing, and it's not from the Bible. It's a lovely story that when I was in reception, with Mrs. Lee, we used to read a story called The Rainbow Fish. Now, I bet some of you have read that story, and it's all about this beautiful fish that had the most colourful scales. But he didn't seem to have many friends because he was too proud. But by the end of the story, he'd learned a lesson, and he'd learned the best thing to get friends and to keep friends is by sharing. And he shared all of his scales except one. And everybody thought how generous he was. And I love that story. And then there's something else I remember that used to be an advertisement on the TV. And it was about Rolos. And it used to say, do you love someone enough to give them your last Rolo, your last sweet? That's what that little boy did. He loved Jesus enough to give everything that he brought for his lunch. I wonder if we love Jesus enough to show our love, to give our time, and to smile.